seems like Italy are just feeding the rumour mill in the Premier League, as I just did a clip talking about Alexis Sanchez. Now they're reporting that Carlo Ancelotti has agreed to a contract deal in order to replace Arsène Wenger. Now Ancelotti, as you know, was recently fired by Bayern Munich and therefore now is available to head over, and he's very good at being a fixer but also a long-term manager. Now I think that he can come in to a club and definitely right a few of the wrongs. He's not going to dramatically change anything until he gets his hands on his own funding or transfer window. I'm not taking this as literal, by the way. There's every possibility. As we know, Arsène Wenger is the man with 9, 10, 11, 12 lives at Arsenal. So this clip is not about whether I think Ancelotti would work. This is a clip that I think for at the moment, it's too little too late for Arsenal fans. A lot of Arsenal fans have vocalised that they wanted Wenger out. I talked about this. If you go back and type in Arsène Wenger TYT Sports, you will find countless examples of where I thought, not because I didn't like Arsène Wenger, I thought that Arsenal needed a culture change. Now, that comes with a decision that has to be made by the board to adjust a past memory that is still in the forefront of their minds in terms of what Arsenal is like. What type of culture is Arsenal Football Club? They're attractive football, they're entertaining. The headline of an article that I thought just summed up this whole mindset is 10 years on or 12 years on, whatever it is, still entertaining. Is entertainment what you're going for? Is this a movie making industry where you will put all of your funding, your resources, the passion of the fans into something that's just going to be entertaining? Whether it's a success or not, that's a different story, because that's a losing game. That's why certain movies just go out there to have a quick entertainment style movie that's going to make money because that's what success is to them. Other people put all their money into something that's artsy fartsy but it doesn't make any money. So is that the game we're playing here when it comes to world football? Because Arsène Wenger there's no doubt that he knows how to develop talent. He knows how to put on an attacking style of football that's attractive to the masses, but Arsenal fans are fed up with that. The culture needs to shift. I mean, before Arsène Wenger, there was a different Arsenal. It's not like this style of football has consistently been present in London. It's this mindset that the Invincibles can come back, or that Arsenal are able to partner this attacking style of football with success, which is not true, because the game changes. Every single 2, 3, 4, 5 years, the game adjusts and takes on a new form. You get more defensive-minded managers. You get Chelsea that can go and win a Champions League with a manager that can't do it in the Premier League, but can bring in the most sought-after trophy in European football because of a defensive style of football. So no matter how good you are going forward, other teams are working on strategies to adjust and overcome, whereas I don't think Arsenal have adjusted. I think that's the biggest flaw, is Arsène Wenger is so stubborn, he's unwilling to adjust. And that was his biggest flaw for me, that stubbornness, that want to recreate glory that really did hinder Arsenal from moving forward. And that's why when there was an article that came out saying these managers are perfect for Arsenal, there's no such thing as being perfect for Arsenal. It's that Arsenal should be perfect for these managers so that they can come in and completely restructure this team and completely obliterate this idea that they have to be this Barcelona of the Premier League in order to appease fans. Go and watch Arsenal TV. It's a luxury, it's funny, but it's truthful in a way that these fans don't care. They don't care whether you're going to go out and get the next coming of Pep Guardiola to play free-flowing fancy football from the back. Pep Guardiola has realised that Manchester City have taken time and have to adjust. He's not playing the same style of football that he did in Barcelona. Whether you're a Guardiola fanboy or not, you have to admit that he's changed his mindset. He bought a goalkeeper just so he could pass the ball around at the back. And where is that goalkeeper now? He's ditched because it doesn't work in the Premier League. It cannot work. He's too much pressure on him. It's too higher paced. The team's pressed too far up the park. It just didn't work, so he had to adjust. Whereas Arsène Wenger, I don't think, has adjusted to what's necessary in order to go forward and compete with these other teams. And he's done it to a certain extent, but I think the gradual deterioration, none more so summed up by how much they're able to beat Tottenham recently, don't get me wrong, but Tottenham more so putting forward a front that shows progress in that side of London. And I think that Arsenal have just slowly been deteriorating. Minor jumps where they can go and win an FA Cup and then they just crash out the FA Cup. A trophy that may not seem as important to those from the outside looking in, but Arsenal fans were furious because that's a trophy that they can take home at least to showcase something for the season. Now they're out the league, out the FA Cup, struggling, not in the Champions League. It's an ongoing problem of a mindset that I think is represented by the board, giving Arsène Wenger a vote of confidence, because they don't want to change and become a football team that is going to do what it takes to win. And if that's what you want, Arsenal fans, then fine. You can be the team that finishes 4th, 5th, 6th, but plays nice football, plays attractive football. I don't know if it justifies the highest season ticket price of any team in the Premier League. That's up to you. I mean, therefore you're paying for the entertainment value, but you're not expecting anything in return. So I talked about it last season, especially with the adjustment at Atletico Madrid. You go in and try and get a Diego Simeone, whether he comes or not, I don't know, but you at least make moves for someone who's not going to abide by your rules, who's going to come in and completely obliterate any previous narrative that's there and try to make that team his own. Carlo Ancelotti, will he do it? I know he plays an attacking style of football that's counter-attacking, but also builds himself around a stable defence. I think that Arsenal have not had a stable defence in years, and these are just my opinions. They're not based on any sort of factuality other than the idea that Arsenal have not won a Premier League since I was, what, 7? 8? Who knows? Let us know what you think in the comment section below. I directly want Arsenal fans to respond. I think that Arsène Wenger should have been fired, or at least asked to leave, because you don't want a legend like that to be forced out and his reputation being tarnished. But every single year he stays on, more and more of that history, that reputation is going down and down and further out of sight and further out of memory, so that Arsène Wenger will be known as the guy who just didn't want to leave, the guy who just could not let go of the past. And that's a problem. No one likes to see legends play on or live on to the point where their memory is adjusted. I mean, we all remember Kobe Bryant's last couple of seasons, if you're in America, of being, it was just hard to watch a legend like that be unable to recreate until he was able to drop 60 points or something in his last game. But nonetheless, let us know in the comment section below who should replace. Are you happy if it's Ancelotti? I'll see you guys soon.